Let's have a quick conversation about the next code. And if you are a small business owner and you maybe bid on government contracts, or you want to really take advantage of tax subsidies, or you want to identify, let's say, your competitors in a specific industry, you really have to have a clear idea about what the next code really stands for. So let me give you a quick takeaways here. So if you think about NAICS, I want you to think about the North American Industry Classification System. So this is basically a standardized classification system that is actually used for collecting and analyzing U.S. business data. Okay. And so it is a six-digit number. This is not a, please don't confuse the next code to the DONS number. The DONS number actually is a nine-digit number, but the next is only a six-digit number. Okay. So basically, if you think about next, I want you to think about systems that are, let's say, coding systems that are structured in terms of hierarchy. So you have broad sectors, and then you go to specific industries. Okay, and those codes are pivotal for business identification. You have market analysis, and you have also compliance with regulations and tax requirements. Okay, so that's important. One thing I need to say also is that basically you have like sometimes you might hear about SIC codes, SIC. So NAICS code are more detailed and based on production processes, while SIC codes, for instance, are based on, let's say, a demand or production similarity. So this makes the SIC code slightly different from the NAICS code. Okay, and so NAICS codes are more specific and reflective of current industries. That's important. So if you're able to have the right NAICS code, you are able to do a lot of things. For instance, you can identify industry trends, you can conduct market analysis, you can actually benchmark against competitors, you can maintain regulatory compliance, you can determine tax liabilities, and you can qualify for government assistance programs. So that's really good. Okay, so if you have a business, all of these activities can be beneficial for your overall business strategy. Let me talk to you about understanding NAICS codes and why they are really important. See, the whole thing is a NAICS code is an American thing. Okay, they don't have it internationally. So basically, if you think about your company's NAICS code, think about a very powerful asset. You're able to really guide. You can use the code to guide policy development. You can use it for applying for certain loans also. For instance, if you are going to apply for an SBA loan, having the proper NAICS code can really help you big time. Okay, so what's the purpose of NAICS? At a very broad level, well, NAICS code are like a secret language. Think about it. Okay, and the government uses it for statistical analysis, research, and government reporting. So if you go to the Census Bureau, those experts there, they use NAICS codes for all kinds of analysis. Okay, and so those codes allow businesses to systematically gather, record, tabulate, and analyze data for marketing and public opinion polling. So that's kind of cool because it gives you a possibility into a benchmarking analysis too. So that's kind of cool. And if you think about NAICS code, you do want to think only about data collection or data gathering, because the NAICS code can really help you organize and access statistical data for U.S. business economic analysis. Okay, so if you want to do, for instance, market research, having that kind of data at the ready is very important. It's going to help you big time, whether for your own competitive analysis or just for like if you want to launch a new product, or you want to really if you want to assess, let's say, market demand. It's really cool. So like I said, when it comes to a NAICS code, NAICS codes are assigned based on information provided by a business, which is typically collected through surveys, application forms, reports, or other methods. Okay, so in terms of structure, basically, just like a tree, the NAICS have a hierarchical structure, branching out from broad two-digit codes representing industry sectors to more specific six digit codes representing specific niches. Okay, so that's something to really think about. And what I want you to say here is that you are able to get a lot of insight if you have the proper NAICS code about a certain industry, for instance. So let me talk to you now quickly about how the whole thing is structured. Like you really have to have a clear idea about the structure and how you can use it. Okay. So how do you find your company's NAICS this year? Well, you go to the U.S. Census Bureau. So if you type NAICS code in Google, you will have you go to a website, and there you have a company lookup tool. You can see this on the screen here. This is how it looks like. Okay, and so you are able to like trying to find out your own nicks. Okay, so finding your company's nicks might seem like searching for a needle in a haystack, but it's actually pretty straightforward. So you want to start by identifying, let's say, your business primary activity, so the main source of your revenue, or the service product that makes up the majority of your business. Okay, so that's kind of that's really important. So once you have that info, you just need to input a keyword related to your primary business activity into the lookup tool. Okay, everything is actually digital these days, and you will receive a list. Once you input the primary keyword, you will receive a list of potential nicks, and from the list, choose the NAICS code that most closely matches your business activity. So that's pretty straightforward. And so, if needed, you can refine your search with, let's say, additional keywords or filters to find a more specific match. So this may take you maybe a 2 to 3 or 5 minutes maximum. So if you have to use the NAICS lookup tool, again, if you go to the website, there's a website called NAICS Association, and so this is kind of straightforward. And what you want to do here is that you want to understand that the NAICS code lookup can be performed by actually inputting either keywords or a known 2 to 6 digits NAICS on the directly. You can put that number directly into the search feature on the U.S. Census Bureau's NAICS website. Okay, so that's kind of important. And also, you can verify your NAICS code. So after you have found a potential NAICS code, you can verify it. So just like you would double check a recipe before cooking a meal, you need to make sure your NAICS code accurately represents your industry sector. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to compare your primary business activity with the details of the selected NAICS code, and you also want to monitor NAICS code changes, which are revised actually every 5 years to ensure your business classification remains current and also accurate. So let me quickly talk to you about NAICS code, but also SIC codes. I said this before, but I want to really drill down a little bit so that you can really have a clear idea. So NAICS didn't exist in a vacuum. Okay, it was actually developed to enhance uniformity and comparability of industrial statistics among NAFTA countries, replacing the SIC system. So SIC, Standard Industrial Classification. Okay, so what are the differences here? So basically, NAICS code have a maximum of 6 digits. Okay, so and this really gives you a more detailed classification of industries compared to the 4 digit SIC codes that we had back in the days. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So, and the next classification is based on grouping industries by similar production processes, in contrast to the sixth system that actually was grouping industries by similar demand or production similarity. So that's important. Plus, NICS supports alignment with the International Standard Industry Classification System, whereas the sixth system was more domestic in focus. This means what? It means that NICS was developed with a goal of compatibility in business stats among the US, Canada, and Mexico. Okay. And this helps a lot because if you are going to do a international economic analysis, you want to have some kind of a compatibility. Okay. But the cool thing is that you are able to you can convert SIC codes to a NICS code. Okay. So just if there are tools out there, You can use let's say a NAICS SIC code converter. Okay, so if you go to the U.S. Census Bureau's website, they have tools out there for you to kind of help you convert. Okay, and what you can do is that you can also make sure that you can double check the the next code that you have, the final next code, to make sure you have the right code. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So if you are a small business owner, you can use Nextcode for a lot of things. You can use Nextcode, for instance, for business research, business analysis, okay? And you can do a lot of things. Let me explain further. So when I talk about the business research and analysis, you can identify industry trends, for instance, okay? So you're able to see you can spot industry trends. You can identify emergent markets. You can analyze competition. You can see what kind of rivals you have in the industry. You can evaluate market potential, and you can, in the end, if you think about it, you can make informed business decisions. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so that's a great way to really benchmark data in your niche. Let me give you an example. If you analyze the next codes of businesses within a specific industry, you can actually detect shifts in industry focus, such as the growth of e-commerce within the retail sector. Okay, so you are able to know exactly what kind of data your rivals are playing with too. Okay, so you can really adjust your game too, your competitive game. So you can also use NICS for market analysis. So you're able to pinpoint potential customers in particular industries. Okay, and you can have the right strategy actually, depending on your analysis. You can also do competitor benchmarking. Okay, that's an important element to really think about. So basically, you can compare your rivals' performance against the industry benchmarks. You can analyze market positioning and strategies of competitors with similar codes. You can gain a competitive edge, and you can stay ahead of the curve in your industry. So that's really good from a scalability point of view. Okay, so overall, if you think about NICS, I want you to think about very powerful tools, very powerful metrics, very powerful ratios to kind of help you actually, like do a lot of things in terms of business analysis, business research, business development, business expansion, all that kind of stuff. So that's really fantastic. Let me talk to you about how NICS codes affect your business, your specific business. There are a lot of reasons why you want to pay attention to NICS codes in your sector. Okay, you have regulations and compliance, you have tax implications, but you also have government assistance programs, among others. Okay, so let me first talk about regulations and compliance. The thing is that basically a lot of uh, a lot of decisions at a very high level, at a very federal level, actually are linked into NAICS classification. Basically, if they apply some regulation to some industries, they will apply the regulations to a specific code, to a specific NAICS code, or specific NAICS codes, so plural. Okay, so that's an important element. That's an important decision to think about. So, accurate NAICS codes help your business navigate the complex world of regulations and compliance. Okay. So, for instance, you can really, if you have an accurate NAICS code representation, you're able to you're able to abide by regulations in industries such as environmental, like if you have environmental regulations, labor regulations, but also safety standards. For instance, if you think about OSHA, OSHA pays attention a lot to your NAICS code. Okay, so misclassifying your business with the wrong NAICS code can lead to non-compliance with these regulations, resulting in regulatory issues and potential penalties, which you do not want to have. You also have tax implications. So, just as your income determines your tax brackets, your NAICS code plays a role in determining your business tax liabilities. So the IRS actually classifies businesses based on NAICS codes. Okay, so that's important to think about. So basically, you want to have the proper NAICS code, okay? So you one thing the IRS wants you to really be accurate about is that when you file your taxes, the government wants you to really select the proper NAICS code based on the primary activity that generates your revenue, your company's revenue, and this selection influences your qualification for certain tax deductions and credits. And also, there are cases where you might actually qualify, your business might qualify for some tax subsidies. Okay. So, NAICS codes allow the IRS to compare the accuracy of tax returns among businesses within the same industry and to also evaluate businesses' eligibility for particular tax relief options. So, that's kind of important. Another area where you might not you can use NAICS codes properly is when it comes to government assistance programs. Okay, now the thing is that basically you are able to, like, your business can qualify for government assistance. Okay, and so those codes are necessary for businesses seeking eligibility for federal contracts, grants, or specific designations like women-owned small business or veteran-owned small business. The thing is that the SBA pays a lot of attention to those classifications. So if you are serious about like if you're serious about getting a government contract in that realm, make sure you have the proper NAICS code. Okay, so determining compliance with small business related programs and qualifications for government business opportunities actually is facilitated by the correct NAICS code. Okay, and also, and that's not just at the federal level, you also have it at the state level. So state sponsored grants and programs, including energy cost reduction initiatives, require businesses to have the appropriate NAICS code. Okay, so beyond government assistance and contracts, NAICS codes may also affect insurance rates and provide tax benefits to your business as well. So you can see that you have a long list of benefits to really think about. So as a summary, it's important to understand that if you want to really be profitable, be strategic, and be compliant in your industry, you want to really have the proper NAICS code for your industry. Okay, and this is going to help you a big time in terms of tax implications, eligibility for government assistance, market analysis, competitor analysis, all kinds of stuff that can really help you big time. And the cool thing is that it also helps the federal government know exactly how many companies are in a specific industries for let's say in a set industry, for example. And this can help in terms of policy making. Okay, having that data can really help big time, especially when it comes to knowing what works, what doesn't work, and what the needs are for a particular economic sector. So that's really important. So in conclusion to this conversation I spoke to you about NAICS code business classification system, and I gave you the purpose of the codes, how to find your company's NAICS, okay, the relationship between NAICS and SIC codes, and also how you can use NAICS code for a variety of purposes. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.